Another day, another shoe in the studio. Here we go, everyone. How you doing out there? Hope you're having a great, gosh, what is it, Friday? Oh my. I hope you're having a great Friday. Where does the week go? So here we go, diving into the Skechers GoRun Razor Plus. All right, we got the Razor Plus right there and the Razor 3 up there, everybody. All right, first of all, here it is on your screen. So I've already put 26 miles into this shoe over the past, I think, 2 weeks. I've been testing out the shoe. Not my full review, that'll happen after 50 miles, but this is I have run in this shoe probably 4 times, but it is still my first impression for the Razor Plus. It is a neutral. All right, let's do the twist test. 100% neutral. There it is. Very neutral, frankly. If you need any sort of help or guidance through your foot strike, do not buy this shoe. So definitely a neutral road running shoe from Skechers, 4mm drop from heel to toe, 28 in the heel, 24 in the forefoot for that medium stack height. In my size, you are looking at 6.6 ounces in my size. 6.6, and we're gonna flip it over to grams, 187 grams. Now, I am fascinating. I just pulled it out of the pile back there, the Brooks Hyperion Tempo. As soon as I laced up this shoe and put it on, I was like, wait a minute. This feels like the Brooks Hyperion Tempo. So let's put the Hyperion Tempo on the scale as well. In my size, 6.7 ounces, so 0.1 ounce heavier. I thought they were I'm putting them definitely 100% in the same category. And so chapters down below in the description. If you want to jump ahead in this video, I'm going to list probably 4 or 5 other shoes that I'm putting into the same category as the Skechers GoRun Razor Plus, in case you're interested in comparing price points and weight class, because 100% a tweener shoe as the title alludes to. Okay, now moving on to the upper, we are looking at a seamless knit / mono mesh. Okay, seamless knit / mono mesh, and oh man, good work, Skechers, good work. Okay, here we go. What is the major difference you're seeing between the Razor 3 here and now the Razor Plus, which is the continuation of that Razor line? The overlays are gone. Good work, Skechers. I love it. Saving probably, just a little bit of weight, not too much, but just those overlays. It's almost like the approach that, remember, we talked about from Atreyu and the Artist, how they talk about, no useless overlays. I'll put it that way. Just like extra material on the upper that it's like, is it necessary? And so I love the fact that Skechers has gotten rid of the overlays. Now, it doesn't quite make the shoe as much of a pop as far as design goes, not quite popping off the screen as much, but I think they make up for it in the colorful bright green midsole. Now, one amazing part of the upper is the lockdown. Oh, the lockdown. It was so beautiful. I mean, I don't know what it is, but when companies figure out the correct amount of material that wraps over the top of your midfoot in unison with the eyelet chain, so that the eyelet chain is actually doing some work and not basically creating, like I personally do not like when an eyelet chain, as you're lacing up, when it gets too thin, meaning there's not the material is not wrapping well over the top of your midfoot. I know I'm probably not explaining that clear enough, but bottom line, they nailed it. And that is why the score is so good on your screen right now for the lockdown. It just, no unnecessary material through that midfoot, which I love so much. Overall, a solid score. Actually, let's do, fairly pliable. I can bend it 100%. So it's not, but I didn't feel any sort of slipping through that heel pocket at all. It's not a plush upper, putting that out there right now. Not a plush upper, and it is not a gusseted tongue either. Onto that midsole, their Hyperburst technology from Skechers, which basically means it's part of their creation process in the factories where they are, oh man, they actually have some good videos out there about how they make this Hyperburst midsole material. From what I understand, and it's all about heating it at the right time and infusing this midsole material with nitrogen and CO2, which creates little teeny tiny bubbles, I'm going to call them bubbles or cells, inside that midsole material, which basically helps the midsole become lighter and a little more energy return. And that is why this midsole is getting a great score for the ride and energy return and responsiveness. That's the right word. This midsole feels 100% responsive under the foot. As soon as I want to go faster and I make the conscious decision with my mind and going down to the legs, to the feet, I go faster. Like the midsole just responded so well through my foot strike out there testing over the last 26 miles. I am very excited about this midsole, and I think it is an upgrade 100% from the Razor 3. I like the Razor 3 midsole, but for some reason, this one, and I don't know all the technicalities on the scientific side, how they changed up the density, and let's do the durometer test. Let's do it right now. Yes. Oh, so gosh, I mean, even though the midsole stack height is not crazy high, 28 and 24 is good, but it's not, you know, into that 30 millimeter stack height range. It felt soft underfoot 100% while still being responsive. So good work, Skechers, on that midsole. And onto that outsole, classic Goodyear rubber. Now, from what I've researched thus far, they increased, and actually let's just see here, they increased the amount, yeah, they did. So I'm okay with it, but they did increase the amount of rubber on the outsole from the Razor 3 to the Razor Plus. I think they wanted to give it maybe just a little more resilience through that outsole. And I guess, you know, it's okay, it's fine. I probably would not have done that, but it will help with the resiliency of, you know, helping that outsole last just a little bit longer. And I love the fact how Skechers has a partnership with Goodyear to help create their outsoles. Again, how that partnership works, I don't know exactly from a business model perspective, but I love the overlapping and between two different companies. So there is my score for the outsole on the Razor Plus. For the fit, went true to size, absolutely no issues at all with the width of the shoe or the length of the shoe. The toe box felt great, the thumb test felt great, and again, that lockdown was perfect. Yeah, no issues. And I'm gonna say, man, I mean, I don't think it's narrow, you know, for anybody out there with a wide foot. I don't think it's narrow. I don't think it's wide either. I think it's just kind of right down the middle of the road with respect to fit. And then comfort, not a crazy high comfort score because it's not a plush upper, okay? Not a ton of extra cushion through the collar of the shoe, through the heel counter, anywhere else on the upper, and it's not as soft as some other shoes out there on the market. You know, I'm thinking even of like the Hoka Rincon, definitely not as soft through that midsole for the ride of the shoe. For my positive and drawback, my positive is the lockdown. It just felt so amazing over the top of the midfoot, unbelievable. My drawback, I'm struggling to come up with one. It's probably gonna connect to, yes, the durability prediction. I'm gonna go with that 300-mile range, maybe 400 for this shoe. I don't foresee it. I'd be curious to see how the upper survives. If you take this shoe to 400 plus miles, email me pictures because I'd be really curious to see how this upper survives past that 400-mile mark. So I'll go with the durability prediction for my drawback. Now this is where it gets pretty exciting. How will I use this shoe moving forward? Daily trainer. Okay, and part of it is because that durometer test is soft enough. But in addition, because of that hyperburst technology, tempo days, 100%, especially coming in at 6.6 ounces, 100%. And this is where the tweener alert comes in. Tweener alert, tweener alert. And if you want to save a lot of money in 2020 or 2021, and you plan to do, hopefully, right? Hopefully we have a resurgence of 5Ks and 10Ks. There's nothing like, listen, I love training for like big marathons, half marathons, ultra marathons, but there's also nothing quite like just signing up for like what we're doing, the pumpkin pie 5K or the Christmas jingle 10K, or I don't know, the New Year's resolution 10K, or just like those little 5K/10K road races to keep your motivation up in your training. Boom. I know you could train in the shoe for daily training, tempo days, and then take the shoe out for a fast, I'm going to say a pretty fast 5K/10K effort on the roads, okay? So anyway, you could absolutely, and maybe, okay, if you're going out and you're trying to set a PR or a course record, yeah, maybe there are some other shoes that I would choose ahead of this one. But if you're just signing up for maybe a True Love 5K, this would be a great option for you. And on to that price point, we're looking at $135. Good price point, not perfect. I don't know how they could do this, but if they could get it to that 119, like the New Balance Beacon V3 I'm thinking of, but the Beacon V3 is not quite as responsive as this guy, just so you know. 135 is solid. I don't know, again, how they could get it down to that 120, maybe at some point down the road. Still a solid score for the price point. And the reason the score is pretty much is so high, and it's not closer to like 7 or 7.5, is because, again, you can go daily trainer, tempo day, and I'm going to say road racing, 5K, 10K, for your racing, your leisurely racing moving forward in 2020 and into 2021. And now here on your screen are other shoes that I'm putting into that kind of tweener category between daily training, tempo day, still in a similar weight class. And here are the prices on your screen as well. Just in case you've never purchased a Skechers but you're very familiar with one of these other companies out there on the market place. Okay, we're looking at 7.9 out of 10 for my early score. Solid early score for the Skechers GoRun Razor Plus. All right, so we're always talking about running shoes in the studio, but every now and then I like to change it up a little bit, get to know each other a little bit better down in the comments. So here it is. Question of the day, what is the most this might be a little hard to answer, but what do you consider to be your most useful talent out there, okay? Maybe, who knows what it is? Maybe it's your cooking skills and you're a chef and that's like your full-time job. I think that would be such a cool, like if you were a really great chef and you had you worked in a great restaurant. Anyway, what's your most useful skill that you have or talent that you have? That's a question of the day. Tell us a good story down in the comments. Sound good, everybody? Okay, craziness. There's 2 vlogs publishing today. The second one is going to publish, I believe, probably by about 5 p.m. later today, so Friday, 5 p.m. today. And I'm just tell you right now, it is the 50-mile full review of the New Balance Beacon V3. Yes, we got it to 50 miles, so full review of the Beacon V3 coming at you later today. Sound good, everybody? In fact, actually, you know what? We'll toss it to the Skechers running shoe playlist. In case you're interested in learning more about the Hyperburst midsole material, all the Skechers shoes that I've run in the past, 18 to 24 months, it'll be right there, right there, right there. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Onward and upward, seek beauty, work hard, and love each other. See you tomorrow.